Hello friends, my name is Old Man Cloud. I upload daily Bazaar gameplay videos to my YouTube channel. Let's jump into another run. I have recently unlocked the new Vanessa items as a part of the prize pass. Have done one run with them so far where I barely saw any and certainly didn't use any. So hoping to get a run together here that utilizes those items. From what I've seen, they are mostly friends based. So we'll keep a lookout for potential synergies that we could build up there. Here's one of them. Guess maybe we just pick him up early.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
Who knows what'll happen. Here's some more friends. We're not burning though.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Bit of a scuffed build, but very, very aesthetically pleasing with 10 damage across the board. And let's have a go at Bananable. Picked up a new skill recently, relatively recently, that's very strong. If you can get an early heal in. Obsidian Pearl can be a lot of fun with a aquatic build. It's an interesting fellow. Doesn't seem particularly strong, but maybe there's a way to make that work. We got the interesting skill, so now it would be nice to pick up a way to get an early heal, because this is a phenomenal start to a fight. Hard to pass up these upgrades for Pearl. Is he aquatic? Our fellow here? It's not. He or she. I feel like they're a bit arbitrary with how they pass out the aquatic tag.
My fight isn't with you.
Grappling hook in particular should have the aquatic tag. Life preserver is a really strong early game item. Really, really strong. The toxic jellyfish. Feel like this is going to be very close, is my prediction. I think we probably lose because of life preserver. Because our shield is ineffective against their poison. In fact, we don't even get them down one. We just lose. So my prediction was kind of right. We don't have a great board, and first day is mostly RNG anyway, so can't get too upset about that.
Cast aside your deathstruments.
Let's grab barrel, defensive item, and jellyfish as an aquatic item. And life preserver, having just talked about how good it is. Let's pretty much buy out the shop. And then let's rework our board to focus more on aquatic. So something like... It's not great. We actually want you there. But then we want you next to barrel. It's probably the best setup.
Not be the most
shield skill would be nice. We'll take that.
Maybe I'm getting better at this.
And let's just take some money. And let's fight Covetous, because I think putting Shadowed Cloak on our Pearl would be really funny. And quite good. Barrel and Life Preserver are just strong early game items. Useless later on, but strong early game items. Any scaling really is strong early game. And early game, there's nothing wrong with approaching the game from the Magic the Gathering term of just good stuff. I've never played Magic the Gathering, but I'm familiar with that. You just put good stuff on the board and hope for the best. And that is not a bad strategy to early game Bazaar. Let's have a look for small items.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Don't think we want any of that. Our friend certainly gets his crit damage up there. I think I'd rather take some aquatics for our Pearl. Why not? We want to play with the new items. Who knows what type of fun synergies will open with friends later on. So we're just short of level 3 because we didn't fight Rogue Scrapper. But I think we probably lose to Rogue Scrapper, so it is what it is. trebuchet Vanessa with pretty strong silver shark claws. Let's see if we can out-heal this with our scaling barrel. Life Preserver may come in clutch. They're getting a fair bit of heal. Was that I think our Life Preserver popped there. They're just scaling too much, unfortunately. Yeah, Shark Claw is good. Shark Claw is very good. Bad start to the run. Our good stuff strategy is not working. Let's take some money. Let's pivot into friend build, friend Vanessa. New items. Show me some new items.
I'm a people person. And
They're not new.
I sell stuff.
So we have more aquatic items on the board now at least. Don't think we're really interested in bayonet upgrade. Not super interested in that either.
I should lower my prices.
Aquatic merchant is good. Lighthouse. Again, we've played a fair bit of Lighthouse lately. It's early for a silver Lighthouse. The only synergy we really have is a loser A. It's surely better than what we've got going on though. Playing instead of Life Preserver and Barrel. Look out. Yeah, I think let's try it out. Like this. Don't know why I re-rolled there when I don't have enough to afford anything. I wonder about that pivot. But I mean, things weren't looking too crash hot.
Everybody watch! I'm about to blitz this new.
Yo-Yo could be an interesting pickup. Yeah, I mean, Lighthouse already is the best item we have, even without a huge amount of synergy.
What? No, there's no way!
Distinctly new itemless build so far. Before moving on to before playing some other characters, I'm determined to at least try with the new items, even though they don't look particularly strong. You're aquatic, so you at least charge the pearl.
The smaller the portions, the finer the meal.
Do we have stuff to sell? Kind of. Let's have a look. Ooh, what are you? Old Salt Claw. When you haste or slow, it gains damage. Well, we're going to be slowing, but haste or slow. It's pretty... I mean, he himself is pretty slow, right? You're going to be wanting... He only goes every 6 seconds. You're going to be wanting to haste and slow a lot to make that anyway worth it. And even if you are, there's probably better things you can do with the spot. That seems really bad. I assume when he upgrades, he increases his damage gain, so maybe that's how he becomes playable. And Jellyfish is hasting. Seems bad. But this guy's not getting on the board either. So maybe we give him a shot. Let's try him out.
Said money can't buy class had neither.
And let's gain some shield efficiency. So again, just one off level 4, which is rough. You can see how just missing out on the tiniest bit of XP can have a pretty significant impact on the breakpoints going into human-on-human battles.
Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Crow's Nest, but not single weapon. Seaweed Scaler. Silencer, but not single weapon. I feel like putting the Piranha out here may have been a mistake, friend. You may still beat me, but I feel like this build is a lot stronger with just the Seaweed as the only weapon. He got up to 90. I guess that's something. It's not good, but it's something. Upgrade Bronze. Don't really have anything we're keen to upgrade. Maybe we can pick up a burn skill. Poison skill, I guess, will do. Can't really sell because we're so poor, so we'll just take the poison. The heal that we're getting from this small refresh skill is not bad. Got space on our board for more items, so we need to look to be making some purchases with our limited funds. That's a good fight to pick up. Should help with our XP situation. Still not proccing this overheal haste, which is really frustrating because it's so good when you can proc it. Actually, maybe we do proc it because we have small refresh. So the first time a small item goes off, as long as we haven't lost health, we're proccing overheal haste. And if we can get Clemera, it would be a guaranteed haste all items at the start of the fight. So Clemera would be a great pickup here. This item needs a buff, I think, this toolbox. So yeah, let's definitely keep an eye out for Clemera. That's a cool synergy. Seeing as we don't have much money, I'll just have a gamble here. Could be worse. We want to haste here. Can we take the prince? I think so. I think so. Especially if we can get an early heal off to haste all our items. We may just be able to. Or keep an eye on the... Do we overheal? We haven't overhealed yet, I don't think. Getting close, but we won't, so we don't proc the skill, but I think we still win. It's getting up to 90. Something. Oh, that was a bit scary. So yeah, we really want a Clemera. These skills synergize beautifully with the Clemera. You're not a Clemera.
Now this is how you win a war.
Do we have a vehicle? We don't. That seems pretty good.
There are a lot of steps in this staircase.
Bit of disruption.
Beautiful up there.
You're gone. Don't have any bronze. I'm super keen to stick around. If you'd rather have a look here, I will just upgrade that for 2. You are slower, but you only go every 9 seconds and you only slow 1 item, so I don't think you're worth it. Lighthouse upgrade we take for sure. Just a bit more burn, which means we can't afford catfish, unfortunately, even though it's a pretty good upgrade. So do we sell Zorkid here? Don't think so. Zorkid's not bad. So we just can't afford it. It is what it is. And let's buy some cheap shield, which should guarantee that overheal pops. I believe.
Out to dethrone king.
Let's keep an eye on our haste. It is such a big deal whether we get that early haste or not. Force field pig. Nasty regal blade, but no crit chance at least. So yeah, it popped there and we get all our items go off a lot faster. And old Salt Core gains a lot of damage from the mass haste. So there's some synergies there that I wasn't fully taking into account. Maybe this guy's actually really good with our build, especially if we upgrade him. And we get to play with one of the new cards, which is fun. I assume the upgrade gains 10 damage instead of 5. Skill upgrades can be nice, except we're extremely broke. Extremely broke, which is really unfortunate. I think we just have to take a freebie here. Could be worse. And let's take another freebie. And let's fight you for your skill. And we hover it, which is increases your chance of getting it. Definitely not getting the overheal haste there. But no issues. Old Salt Claw. We're hasting a fair bit.
Rally men, blades to the wind.
We're so broke, let's take some money. And let's hunt a Clemera. Unfortunately not classified as a friend, I believe. Another catfish? I don't think we... Oh, I mean, it's better than Bayonet. Play it like this. And then... Clemera is a small non-weapon item. Call my shot. This will be a Clemera. Damn. Still not bad though. It's another haster. So I think we want you in place of you. And on the other side there. I think this is right, even though it looks wrong to have nothing. Oh no, we want that. I don't think we can move anything over to the other side. Actually, we could move you and you like that. That looks better. Yep, that seems fine. And let's go up against another Vanessa.
My fight
Kind of like our build, to be honest. We've stumbled into a kind of a semi-lighthouse, semi-whatever this Salt Claw chap is. Old Salt Claw. An old Salt Claw build. Up against a good old-fashioned weapon Vanessa. We don't get to proc our haste, which hurts, but we pile on the damage over time, so we'll take the win. Looking for hasters, slowers. There's lots of good stuff here. I assume there's other friends that potentially have synergy with this chap. It would be strange to include him if there wasn't. Thanks for that option there of going to a weapon vendor that had already turned down. I hate spending money on this. Yeah, fine, we'll just take this.
The brain. Mine
What are you?
is highly concentrated.
Well, I mean, that's the synergy, isn't it? Incredible synergy with old Salt Claw. Weird. So I guess it comes out in the wash. But you could buff the haste, for example, and then it's amazing. I think we have to try it, seeing as we're building this kind of new chaps build. Is Zorkid better than anything? I don't think it's better than... It might be better than Catfish. So play it like this. For the extra haste. So the Catfishes are out. We're just focusing really on Salt Claw plus Lighthouse. Shot class. Interesting item. I love the flavor of items like this. The game does a really good job of giving items effect that capture the flavor of the item itself. It's really cool. I feel like this is pretty right. Let's just take some money, and then there's Zookeeper has a good burn chap. Infernal's probably a bit too strong. Trash Golem I don't think has anything we want. So let's hope for the Salamander Pup here. And let's see how Shot Glass goes. So haste everything, slow everything, massive buff to this chap, and it helps us get overheal off the ground early. And the slow procs Lighthouse a lot as well. Gives it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, gives it 8 charges just from one shot. Because it slows all our items, which counts as us slowing. So that seems like it's incredible synergy, actually.
Let's take the tyrant's whole kingdom.
I assume... What does upgrading Shot Glass do, out of curiosity? Let's find out. Good old How Bazaar. I would assume it upgrades maybe both of them. Shot Glass, it gives it more ammo. That's an interesting upgrade. And what about Salt Claw, who is looking like the core of the build at the moment? Yeah, it's like I thought. His buffing, his rate of buffing gets doubled, which seems really strong. So I think it's between Shot Glass and old Salt Claw. I feel like 2 shots is going to be enough, I think. And there's other ways of getting more ammo. So let's see if we can get this chap properly firing. Got to have a look at monster skills. There's some game-breaking stuff here. This is really strong. We're getting surprising use out of that. But I think it has to be Counter-Strike. In general, charge monster skills are just great. Let's have a look at aquatics.
Those ribbons in your hair look like seaweed.
We got some stuff. We got Captain's Quarters, which is a jack of all trades. Charging a tool. Don't think it really works with what we're doing here. Can't imagine, how does this item work really? I'm sure there's a way of it working. The most powerful effect there is charging the tool. Goes off every 4 seconds. You really need it to be doing everything there, I think, to get value from it. Sea Dog Saloon is a slower and a haster, so definite synergy. Has +1 multicast per friend. So we could get you... We could put you instead of this trio here, and you'd have 1, 2, 3... We could get you with 3 multicast, which is pretty good. Every 6 seconds you haste 3 items, slow 3 items. The problem is that by replacing 3 small items with 1 large item, we make shot glasses a lot worse because it's slowing fewer of our own items and therefore giving us fewer charges on Lighthouse. We also lose the impact of those items themselves, which in the case of Jellyfish is gaining haste, and the Obsidian Pearl is just adding a bit of survivability. I don't think it's worth it. Even though it's a cool item and I can definitely see how it could work, and we've kind of got the build you want for it. For the reasons I just said, I don't think it's quite worth it, unfortunately. And these aren't really what we're looking for either. Can make a case for Mantis Shrimp. It would gain a lot of damage. But it's only bronze. I think it probably has to go in over Pearl, and I think we keep an eye out for a non-bronze Mantis Shrimp. I don't really want to start with bronze going into our day 6 fight. But definitely worth keeping in mind that Shrimp can work with this build. Bug Dooley? Bug Dooley. I think we should collectively call this Bethesda Dooley, because it has so many bugs. You get it? Looks like it's going to be too strong because it's a broken build, and I hate it. But it is what it is. Maybe we should play with Bug Dooley to get our wins while we can. Because I think that one is not long for this world. That seems like it's going to be a nerf. Still on the lookout for Clemera. Haven't seen one. You're a reliable haster. Play you instead of Zorkid and a Jellyfish, maybe? Again, though, I like our kind of small item spam with shot glasses. Get some coin. You're funny, but we don't have any tools. You're gone. I think we can take the treasure turtle. Hope for the Clemera. So shot glasses go, we get the additional haste, and the whole build kicks off. But the build really does rely on getting that, on shot glasses going first. If the opponent has items that disrupt us early, or even just get in early and do a little bit of damage so that we don't overheal haste, our build is instantly so much worse. So that's why we want the Clemera. We've had so many catfish. We have to go for slow skills. Such a niche skill. Let's take that. It's not bad. Saves the reroll. Could be worse. Monster skills always. That's pretty juicy. Some nice survivability. Some more charge. Some more burn. These are all good. This would be a lot of regen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 regen. It's really nice, but I think Counter-Strike is marginally better. Really not too sure about that one.
It's gonna make you unstoppable.
Level 8. We're about where you'd expect to be at this stage of the game.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Love that we've just got old Salt Claw and Shot Glass having a party to the left. This guy's running some new stuff as well. Kaliko. Weapon spam. So we get our overheal off, and you can see what a massive, massive, massive difference that makes. Oh, he's up to 420.
Another round.
He is having a party. And we could use the extra ammo and shot glass, because I guess it hastes itself with overheal if everything goes according to plan. And the second shot goes off pretty quickly, just like on a night out. Really fun little build here. Will be better if we can get that Clemera. You're a big haster. What a reduced cooldown of items. neat, but not really what we're looking for. We're going to fit in... Look at our catfish collection. We just need the diamond one for the set now. What do we put you in instead of? You're a good buffer for old salt claw. Probably better than one jellyfish. Run it like this. First time this will multicast 3, go off 3 times. Go off 4 times, I think. Yeah, it's got to be better than a bronze jellyfish, I think. More haste for our salt claw. There's our Clemera. So we desperately want you. I'm afraid the catfish army has to go. And what do we play you instead of now? There's a lot going on here. It might be Pearl. The only thing that Pearl is really... I mean, Pearl is good for survivability, getting a bit of chip damage in, and giving this jellyfish haste, but I think Clemera fits better. And we put it here so that not only does it slow 3 items, but it also hastes the jellyfish, which gives a proc to old salt claw. It pops overheal if everything goes according to plan. Everything gets haste. The build should go pew 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 pew. And everything is kind of working together in its own weird way, which I really like. And I'd love to upgrade Salt Claw, even if it's not the objectively best upgrade. That would be really fun. And it would be nice to get more ammo for our shot glass. Dragon, not playing any medium items, so skill doesn't really work. I think we just go Cosmic Rock for cooldown. It's a boring option, but I don't think we're getting to level 10 anyway. So yeah, look at how nicely that works. Clemera goes off early, heals us, which overheals us, giving everything haste. Shot glasses then pop, giving everything haste and slow. So we're getting tons of charges for Salt Claw, or tons of damage for Salt Claw, who goes up to 620, all the while also charging Lighthouse. And everything is kind of pulling its own weight in its own way and contributing. So we've ended up with a really, really cool build here. Upgrade Hammer, nothing to upgrade. We'll see if we can get a use out of that. Was really hoping for a way to get more ammo. Seaweed, always amazing in an aquatic build, but we just don't have the space for it here. I just like what everything is contributing to the team at the moment.
That's okay. It was nice to see you.
Let's just double check order because it's a bit tricky. So you need to be next to 2 things we want to haste, which is right. You want to be next to 2 friends, which you are. You want to be next to items that go fast. You don't go fast, but you multicast and you go straight away, so that's fine. You don't matter where you are. You want to be next to 2 aquatics, which you are. You don't care where you are, and you don't care where you are. And we don't have skills where left or right matters, other than shield, which we're no longer using. So yeah, the order's all fine here. More seaweed. Game really wants us to play it. We also pop Creeping Chill as soon as we use the Clemera. So the Clemera really just sets the kind of the whole engine in motion.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Can go wrong though. This looks like our plan will work. Yeah. Beautiful. And then the engine goes off so quickly, which isn't to say we're necessarily going to win, but it's nice seeing the build work as intended. In fact, we're probably going to lose unless Salt Claw goes again. He's going to be very close. Come on, buddy! He does. That was Salt Claw going again. He popped at 880 damage from a small item. I take back everything negative I said about him. He's fantastic. And he's just got synergy with everything that we're doing here. I love it. Skills are the way we improve, I would think. Upgrades are never bad. Nope. And then come enchant time, it's going to be a difficult call of whether to enchant Salt Claw or the Lighthouse. That's going to be a very tough call. It will depend on what the known enchantment is, I think. But if it comes down to random, that might be a tough decision to make. So Shot Glass is spent here. So we really could use more ammo in Shot Glass. It just charges the whole, supercharges the whole build. So we should be prioritizing more trying to find a gunpowder.
Was that even
Would
a
love Tropical Island,
maybe
please.
skirmish?
We take it, I suppose? Maybe shouldn't have taken it.
How you win the war.
Channel 9 with heal effects. Interesting. I don't think we need to worry about overheal because we're popping it perfectly anyway with Clemorous straight away. It's effectively giving Saltclaw a lifesteal, which is fine, I suppose. More survivability. Lighthouse would also be pretty good. Let's just double check Lighthouse. I think it's 10 times the burn we heal. Yeah, 10 times the burn. So heal for 106 every time it goes off. Let's do it. I think we've got enough aggression in this build. I wouldn't mind a little bit of defense. And Lighthouse can scale... We can scale the heal as we increase its burn. Let's look for gunpowder. There it is. Ooh, baby. Cinder's also nice. Insect Wing also nice, but you can't... That's an amazing get. And we... Tough call, because I wanted on both Shot Glass and Dive Weights. Dive Weights, it would go 3 times more, which is pretty juicy. But I think it's Shot Glasses. I think we're just getting really drunk. where the party's not stopping. We're here for the whole night. And then we upgrade Burn, which also upgrades our heal. And then we fight a level 11 Vanessa that's having a nice time.
Go ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Let's see how many shots we get to have. Depth charge build with Neophiliac. Nasty. But we get our haste off. That's 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. I'm not watching anything else, just the shots. 4 shots. I think that was 5 shots actually. Yeah, and now they're out. So we got absolutely wasted. But this just provides so much value. Look at this guy. He's on over 1,000 damage. And our Lighthouse went so much. Look at that. 40 slows and 40 haste. Each one of which gave this guy 10 damage. This Shot Glasses single-handedly gave old Saltclaw 800 damage of scaling. And massive amounts of healing from Lighthouse. So that was a good call with the enchant. That kind of kept us in the game there. And everything else is pulling its weight. Like, look at this. 8 haste, 6 slow, 8 haste, 6 slow, 7 haste. Everything's working together really nicely. You love to see it. And it's rare to have a build that that starts so quickly, so well. If that makes sense. The whole build just kind of kicks off. XP is nice, but I think we have to go with cooldown. I think the tempo has deliberately changed the game a little bit to make it so that builds take a little bit longer before the chain reaction kicks in. So you can kind of have a better user experience. I think you get to kind of have a look at their build, kind of shape it up, have an idea about whether you win or not, and then things start going pew pew pew. But with our Shot Glasses and our Clemora, the build just starts immediately and doesn't stop. Definitely not the strongest build I've ever put together, but maybe one of the funnest. The Drunk Sea Captain. Or some kind of lobster? The Drunk Lobster? Sounds like a terrible bar. Skill... Let's take a look at Vanessa's skills. Oh, that's amazing. Look at that. Affects the entire board other than our alcohol. Amazing get. Your skill would also be amazing, and your skill would be amazing. Which one would be more amazing? They'd both be pretty nasty. I'm going to try for Trash Titan skill. Yeah, this would be incredible. Yeah, and it just starts. Just love to see how quickly the build starts. It's not even making a dent. Got some pretty nice skills as well. Especially the one we just picked up. But would love this. You hover, hover, hover. This is what we want. Give, give, give. Damn you. Small items is
Never debate.
what our board is. Oh, hell baby. That's what we wanted.
Excellent choice.
So cool. And what do you do, my friend? You would gain an awful lot of shield. I can see the synergy they're going for, of course. You would gain a lot of shield. Every time shot glass goes off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're 8, 16. Every time shot glass goes off, you gain 80 shield, which is okay. I don't think it's worth it. I think everything we've got synergizes better, even though I can see what they're going for there. And I think the enchantment on our lighthouse gives us the survivability we need without necessarily needing to have shield. Great get. Tempting to put it on Salt Claw now. He's already reduced to 4.8. Tempting to put it on... That's interesting. The cooldown effect doesn't take effect when it's... The reduced cooldown doesn't work when it's not on the board, I guess. But it has to be on the board to use Insect Wing, I'm pretty sure. Both of these are really good to... reducing the cooldown of our salty friend is probably the funniest thing to do. Reducing the cooldown of Lighthouse is probably the better thing to do. So we'll do this. 4.5. It's all a bit much of a muchness, but small margins and all.
Thrown a cape, not to squabble with nobody.
Trying to think of what we really don't want to see. Heavy flagship. It's frozen, brother. I think this is fine. It's going to hit pretty hard, but we got a bit of healing coming in even during the hits. So yeah, this is completely fine. Oh, look at him! Holy! That's one of the strongest small items I've ever seen. And I was talking about how terrible he was. I mean, we've given him a dream build, but he clearly is an item that you can build around. So maybe, who knows, maybe the new Vanessa items are better than they appear. He certainly appeared pretty underwhelming at first, at least to me.
Ah, a friend. I mean,
Diamond Monkey. 15 shield. Now we're talking. I just love... I really am attached to this build. What would we play instead of? Probably Zorkid, which is hasting roughly 7 times, I think. I saw last time I checked. 7 procs on the old Soul Claw we're giving up for a bit more survivability. Might be worth it. Might be worth it. Let's try now that he's diamond.
so how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Let's try it. It's a less greedy option. It's also a fun new item to run. Let's give it a go in the AI fight and see how he handles it. You must be good. Charging a slow item just has to be good, I think. Charge is nearly always good. And these again, we both want their skills. Let's try the Trash Titan again. And let's see how Mr. Richardson does. Yeah, the shield scales pretty nastily. The first pop is decent. The second pop is going to be amazing. Me when I lose my virginity. Sorry. shouldn't have said that. What's YouTube's policy for bad jokes in very low viewership videos? Let's see. So I think he pulled his weight there. That was worth holding on to. We give up a little bit of scaling on the build, but I think with losing Zorkid, but I think the extra survivability is worth it.
Smaller portions, the finer the meal.
I think 2 friends is enough. Seaweed, tempting but no. 2 new friends, I should say. Upgrade has to be... more alcohol is always tempting. Very tempting. Upgrade on Clemera is probably the play, I think. Or upgrade on Lighthouse. Maybe upgrade on Lighthouse, seeing as it upgrades both burn and heal, which increase our survivability. I think we do that, although we'd love the upgrade to Clemera as well.
will inspire the crew.
Let's pay for some health. Loving this build. Doesn't have guaranteed 10-piece written on it, but it's a good one. We're up against Mad Max Vanessa,
Legend on Pelago.
Gold rank, Square Vanessa, Sub Vanessa. Oh, you've got chaps. You've got Toxic Orange Julian, which is an incredible name. You've got a Sea Shadow. You've got a sub that's going off awfully fast. You got a lot of burn on you, brother. We got a lot of shield on our Mr. Richardson. We got a 1,300 damage Salt Claw, and our entire board is just wasted from 6 shots. I love it. The Drunken Pirate build is coming through. Kuro would have some good stuff for us, I imagine, here. Not at all, actually. That has to be the worst Kuro shop of all time. Looking for burners, hasters.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the
This is all awful.
warms my rusty circuits to see that find on.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Okay. Gumballs. When your build is kind of... When the only thing you think you'll change in your build is kind of relatively marginal upgrades, it's time to take Gumballs. The only upgrade we really desperately want is Clemera. It's always these two, and we always want one of their skills. Can't get too greedy though, the run's gone very nicely. Look at how fast these boys are scaling. Oh, baby. Jellyfish is possibly expendable. Let's see who's not pulling their weight. 400 shield is pretty underwhelming, but the point of this guy is that if the fight goes on, he adds survivability. Illusoray is only slowing 4 times, Jellyfish is hasting 6, and Dive Weights is only hasting 5. I mean, it's something, but they're significantly outclassed by our shot glasses, put it that way. Ah, I thought it was a skill for a second. Never lucky. Let's have a look at you.
Ride that tide!
Let's have a look at... Diamond skill's always tempting, but a slow skill could be really juicy. First 6 times use your rightmost item. We are going to be using you an awful lot. More charges? Sure. Why not? Oh, baby. You are an interesting enchant. What do you do on shot glasses? Possibly increase the length of haste? Double haste duration, not interested. Old Salt Claw, can't imagine we're interested, but let's have a look for educational sake. Old Salt Claw, just haste 1 item for 3 seconds, that's boring. Dive Weights, I assume, increases haste duration. Maybe we put you on Clemera for some additional early haste. Is Clemera 1 or 2 items? Clemera is haste 1 item for 2 seconds. Lighthouse has an enchant. Maybe Illusoray is haste 1 item, but it has multicast 3. So maybe it's Illusoray. Yeah, every time it goes off, it slows 3 and hastes 3. We don't really need the early haste from Clemera because we have the early haste from Overheal. So that was a nice improvement. Tucker the Pig.
Go ahead. Underestimate.
Love this build. Super fun. Shouldn't have insulted the new Vanessa items. Toxic Fixer Upper. A classic. This looks very nasty, but they don't... it's too much poison, I think. Our shield does nothing, and even though we've got a lot of healing, they have an insane amount of shield. So yeah, I mean, late game Pig is always brutal. They also had the skill that we've been desperately looking for. So I mean, late game Pig always going to be a powerhouse while Fixer Upper functions as it does at the moment. Another item with haste. This time we go Clemera. Nearly everything is hasting now. Even if it's just one haste,
Edge of the plank.
we get it early, which is something. Small items.
You've just taken the first step toward.
I think the days of these items are past us. The only one, I just can't see us changing our board. It's do or die now anyway. Although I think regardless of the result, I'll probably be uploading this because it's just been so much fun to play with the new items. And this old Salt Claw, it's not every day you get to see him go this mental.
Fire shine upon you.
You're a diamond now. You're back in your diamond. Don't think it really matters for us. You're super tempting with how much we're slowing. But to get rid of 2, I think is too much to give up. And despite how our... I don't know, that was probably a bad reroll. Despite how our last run went, shield can be really good. One last chance for the skill. Yeah, such a quick start. The scaling is just constant with the shot glasses. Could even try to put more ammo on the shot glasses, I wonder. Up to 1,000 shield even in a relatively quick fight.
Spineless as
Reduced... Oh, he's not aquatic, so he's not getting the reduced cooldown from Barnacle, which is a shame. Anyway, skill one time? No. This again. Plenty of monster ranches. That can be amazing, but not in our build. 3 burn is amazing as well, but I think reducing cooldown by 12% is juicier. And I think we probably put that onto the lighthouse still. The lighthouse still feels like it's the crux of the build. 4.4 seconds now. Let's go gold tier loot. It's fine. Definitely the best we could get is gunpowder. And a slow enchant now. We're kind of out of decent recipients for this. I guess you put it... Oh, in fact, dive weights has to be a good recipient. I assume it just gives it a small, slow one item for 2 seconds or something like that. But with the multicast, that'll add up. Yeah, 1 item for 2 seconds. So if we could put gunpowder on dive weights as well. So level 70 Mac is incredibly scary. But we've got a really, really cool build, so I'd love to get the win.
I may be young for a captain, but I
Shield doesn't do much against Mac, unfortunately, assuming it's a poison build, which it's not. It's this stupid item. It's a slow build. But we're also a slow build in our own way. We like slowing ourselves primarily. This is going to get really nasty, but you froze our shielder. Get in there, buddy. Big shield, big crits. We lose. Real shame, but what a fun build. This old Salt Claw getting up to, like, was he 1600 in the end there? And Mr. Richardson shielding a lot. Really cool. Not a great sign for the strength of the items when even... This is almost the dream for them, really. Like, shot glass with heaps of ammo. He got to diamond. Dive weights with the slow enchant. A Clemera with the haste enchant, a Illusoray with a haste enchant, Mr. Richardson at diamond, a jellyfish getting haste all the time, and a lighthouse charging itself infinitely with high burn and enchanted with heal and low cooldown, and we had dream skills, and we still got to 8 wins. So maybe it's not the best sign for this build, but at any rate, it was very fun, and you can never complain about an 8 win in the Bazaar. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.